Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Strawberry Shift, where we have enthusiasm for love. And today is day 13 for Celebrate Compassion. I'm so happy you're here. Today, we're going to talk about, this is going to sting a little bit, but I promise it's like an arrow that we're going to pull out that it's going to sting a little bit, but after we're done, we're going to feel so much better. Are you with me? Are you in? Of course you're in. It's day 13. You wouldn't be here if you weren't ready for this. So I have a question for you. How have you benefited from not liking this person, hating this person, judging this person? I know. Wait a minute, Mandy. No, I haven't benefited at all. We all get something. We all get something from it. And this is an advanced conversation. You don't have to have it. 97% of the population doesn't have it. But also 97% of the population doesn't experience the levels of joy that I believe is our birthright to experience. It doesn't get to laugh every day. It doesn't get to remember who they really are and why they're here. So this is part of what I believe is required. This is us escaping the prison of fear and self-loathing and yuck and that dense energy that weighs us down. So what is required and what I'm very grateful for is I paid a lot of good money to hire master teachers to ask me these very hard questions. And so that's why I get to pass them on to you because I care about you. And you somehow found me and clicking on this video and watching this video. So you get to ask yourself this question. How have you benefited? And I know if you have an ego like mine, I got a pretty strong ego, my friend. So if you have an ego like mine, your first answer might be, I haven't benefited at all. Okay, maybe that's true. Maybe. But let's just play around a little bit, okay? Let's just play. If in an alternate universe, let's just say you benefited just a scotch, just a little bit, what could it be? How could you be? Man, when I looked at myself, it stung. I'm not gonna lie. I'm human. It stung. It took a while for me to really look at this, really look at it. The biggest benefit that I received, I gotta stay comfortable. I gotta stay comfortable. I got to bond with other people. I think there's like a saying, there's nothing that bonds two people like a shared enemy, right? So if you meet someone else who hates the same person you hate, ooh, it's like, oh, tell me why you hate them, and then I'll tell you why I hate them. Okay, yeah, I hate that. Yeah, totally. Oh my gosh. What about that? Yeah, right? Oh, I had some people that I got to bond with. I loved bonding with them on that. And then I didn't have to face some of my greatest fears, which is actually like what I'm doing right now and talking to you. This question, if I hadn't looked at this question and I haven't even done this process, having compassion for this person, I wouldn't be doing these videos right now. So if you're enjoying these videos, I'm assuming you're enjoying them, otherwise you wouldn't be watching them, right? If you are enjoying these videos, it's because I did this process. I wouldn't have had the courage to put myself out there and to do even these videos had I not gone through this process, because I didn't want to do it. I was too scared. I was too worried about what a stranger online might think of me, or getting a mean comment, or fitting in, or failing, or so many other things. It was so much easier. It's very cliche, but it's true. I was able to lift myself up and to feel, better about myself by condemning and shaming and blaming and judging this person. And to see that in myself was really hard. Now, again, we do this with compassion. Why? Why did I do that? Because I was scared, because I had fear, because I didn't believe in myself, and I had a low self-worth. So of course, right? So it's not just, this is why we did the 7 days of compassion for you first, but I'm always going to bring up self-compassion, always. So as you go through this, especially today is not about beating yourself up. It's not. Today is about looking at, though, honestly, how have you benefited? And I promise you, you've benefited. And it's okay that you've benefited. Because guess what? You needed to benefit because we live on planet Earth. We don't live in utopia. How you benefited from judging this person, hating this person, being annoyed by this person, irritated by this person, it kept you alive. I look at how many years I shamed this person, I judged this person, and I look at that Mandy and what she went through and the lessons that she was going through. She was not ready to have this conversation. She was not ready. That would be like asking someone who just had major surgery, like on their leg, and they can't walk to, run a marathon. That would be unwise. I was not psychologically capable of even having this conversation until recently. So that's what I mean by, you being here and you even having this conversation. You got some like big psychological muscles. You have a very high emotional intelligence. And again, this is not about ego. This is about who you are and where you're at with your emotional intelligence and how much you've worked on yourself as far as your psyche. And I'm acknowledging it. It's true. So how have you benefited? Really look at that. Ask yourself, how have I benefited? If you don't get a clear answer right away, this is again where you might need to meditate. You might need to do a walking meditation. You might need to do, like I shared with you on the last video, doing a candle meditation. You could talk to that beautiful, honest friend you have and say, hey, I have a really hard question to ask you to help me out with. How do you think I've benefited from not liking so-and-so? The goal is not to become their fan. The goal is not to endorse them. The goal is not to change who you are or your personality. The goal is to simply not have it rent space in your brain. That's it. The goal is to take the hate out of your heart. That's the goal. You don't have to agree with them. I still don't recommend this teacher. I still don't condone this teacher's behavior. But when people bring up this teacher, I don't feel the need now to have to tell my story or to make a face. I used to always make a face. And I want to read you one of my favorite quotes from the king, from the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I love this quote. I think it's a good reminder while we're doing this hard work. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So beautiful, right? So I know that you're here because you have some sort of mission and purpose to make a difference. You're doing this work because you know that it happens inside out. And so I want to acknowledge you for that. And this exercise is hard and it's liberating. The more clarity and awareness you get, the more you realize, oh my gosh, I've been putting myself in a prison. Because now I'm like, I love doing these videos. I love being able to share what I've learned. I love that I have freed myself from playing small. But I could not have got here until I took that honest look at how I was benefiting from judging this teacher. So I hope that inspires you. I am so excited to hear what comes up for you. That's it. That's it for today. So great job. And I will see you tomorrow for day 14. Take care, my friend.